ashwagandha. Now, within the present mama, we talk about the adaptogens plus nervine combination. So, ashwagandha is an adaptogen, and adaptogens are known to help us prevent burnout and take us out of fight or flight. So, it really helps your body modulate to the stress you're experiencing at the moment, which is why it's so amazing and it's so popular right now. So, let's talk about the benefits of ashwagandha, particularly for women's health. So, in Ayurvedic medicine, it's considered a rasayana, one of the herbs that reportedly promotes youth and longevity and alleviates suffering. It's known to give you the strength and the stamina as of stallions, and that's probably due to the fact that you'll be sleeping better when you start consuming ashwagandha. So, if you're sleeping better, then you will have more energy the next day. Now, this is one of the botanicals that really helped me shift out of postpartum depression. And I talk about that in my videos because it was life changing. Prior to taking ashwagandha, I was just taking nervines only, and I was not integrating adaptogens daily. So it is a really life changing botanical when taken correctly and at the right time. It's an adaptogen, which we talked about. It can re regulate your thyroid and adrenal glands, but it might be better for hypothyroidism, not hyperthyroidism. Now, this is debatable among herbalists. By combining tinctures, for example, if you were to take ashwagandha and motherwort, it may not affect your thyroid so much if you have hyperthyroidism. Additionally, remember that after birth, 6 months to a year after birth, your thyroid can go from hypothyroid to hyperthyroid and then regulate itself again. So if thyroid is a concern for you, make sure that you're monitoring your symptoms if you choose to consume ashwagandha. Also, check with your doctor to make sure your levels are good before consuming the botanical, and then you may want to check it after consuming the botanical to make sure the numbers are not in a range that is unhealthy. Additional benefits of ashwagandha: it's effective in helping you with anxiety, fatigue, cloudy thinking, and insomnia, especially the mom brain that moms talk about. Most adaptogens can help with that, particularly ashwagandha. It's rich in iron. This is really important because if you're low in iron, you may want to take the powder of ashwagandha. The tincture would not help so much with iron levels, but the powder will. And if your iron is too high, you may want to skip ashwagandha. It can relieve muscle pain. We talked about cloudy thinking, and it may even boost your milk supply. So that is one of the benefits, one of the many benefits of taking herbal medicine, is that it can soothe your nervous system so that your milk supply could increase if that's what you're looking for. Now let's talk about the constitution or the properties of ashwagandha. It's bitter, warm, and drying. Now, why is this important? Because you don't want to consume a botanical for the constitution that you're holding. For example, it's drying. So if you're feeling dry, it may not be the botanical for you right now. So during the menopausal or even perimenopausal years, you might feel more dry. So you might turn to a different adaptogen due to the properties that it holds within it. So another thing is that it's warm. So if you tend to run hot, you may not want to consume so much ashwagandha. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comment area below if that makes sense. So you're looking at your own qualities, or as an herbalist, I do, and I want to know, do you run hot? Do you feel dry? Do you feel like you have too much mucus or secretions? And then we match the botanical to your body. So just keep that in mind, that there's not one botanical that works for everyone. You want to look at your unique qualities and match an herb to those qualities during that time of your life. So if ashwagandha doesn't work for you, that's okay. There's many other adaptogens to integrate, especially if you're breastfeeding. So how do you really know ashwagandha is safe? The popular researchers Simon Mills and Carrie Bones list ashwagandha as lactation category C. So yes, it is compatible by breastfeeding, and even Dr. Aviva Ram in her very comprehensive courses and book suggests that's as a level 1 or safe while breastfeeding. Mills and Bones suggests no warnings, but in high doses, you might get a tummy upset, diarrhea, or even vomiting. So just keep that in mind with any herb. If you take too much of it, there may be adverse effects. Another reason why combining botanicals is really important. It's also used to promote lactation in Ayurvedic medicine, as we talked about. So typically as a powder form rather than the tincture form. Who should avoid ashwagandha? Master herbalist David Winston suggests that if you have a sensitivity to the nightshade family, you might want to avoid ashwagandha, but this could be a case-by-case scenario. So I always tell moms to try it, see how you feel, especially if you're breastfeeding. Look to your child for any adverse reactions, and then maybe increase the dose or maybe combine it with another herb that you feel comfortable taking. Do not use the powder internally if you have excessive iron. But on the other hand, if your iron is low, you do want to use the powder form of ashwagandha. He also suggests avoiding it if you have hyperthyroidism, as ashwagandha can increase T4 and maybe even T3. Also, if you have autoimmune conditions, it may increase T1 activity. So always use caution and check with your doctor if you have any health concerns. Now, how can you consume ashwagandha? Well, you can consume it via a tincture, which is a little dropper bottle. And how many drops is really based on your body weight, your age, and if you're breastfeeding or not. A typical dose would be 30 to 40 single drops, 2 to 3 times a day. So instead of sitting there and just doing each dropperful, it could be 1 to 2 dropperfuls, which doesn't fill up all the way. It's like half away, in a quarter cup of water, and that could be your medicine. Now remember, start with 1 dose, say in the morning if you're struggling with anxiety, or maybe at night if you're struggling with insomnia, and see how your body feels. I've also paced the dose, so I would put a dropperful in a quarter cup of water, and if I wake up in the middle of the night, I take a sip and go back to sleep. If I woke up again, I take another sip. So there's a pacing throughout the night that you could try as well. Alternatively, the second way you can consume ashwagandha is via capsules, 400 to 500 milligrams 2 times a day could be the amount. Now, capsules are variable in their, their quality, let's say. So it really depends on the company you're purchasing from, and you want to make sure it's a company that tests their herbal medicine and also a company that you trust. Gaia is a great company that you can look into for capsules. Now, the third way you can consume ashwagandha is as a powder. Ashwagandha is available as churna, a finely sieved powder that can be mixed with water, ghee, which is clarified butter, or honey. So traditionally, this was how it was used, is you're mixing the powder with honey and ghee and drinking that with warm milk before bed to increase your milk supply and induce sleep. So the popular company Apothecary has made this easier for us. Now, I didn't look at the blends yet, so if you're breastfeeding, you really have to break down the ingredients. But if you're not breastfeeding, they have these powdered herbs that you just mix in water or milk or in your shakes, and that's a nice, quick way to add in powdered adaptogens and nervines, and it's really quick and efficient. You can take 1 teaspoon of withania powder up to 2 times a day with insufficient milk to really boost lactation for the nursing mom. So what did you think? Do you think you can try withania somnifera or ashwagandha, or are you still afraid? Let me know in the comment area below. This is something that you could consume safely and in small amounts to see how your body feels and to really help induce sleep and reduce anxiety. If you're a mom struggling with anxiety and depression, I'd encourage you to join my free 5-day email challenge where we really get to the root cause of your symptoms so that you can feel like yourself again. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.